Okay, guys, staying at home. How's it going for you guys? Personally, for me, it's been pretty mixed. Some days have been really good, and some days have been not so great. Hey everyone, I'm Mansi, and welcome to my channel. Today, I wanted to share a few tips that I've found to be pretty helpful for me to stay more active, more positive, and just have better days while staying indoor all day. So my first tip is waking up earlier. I know you all have heard it before, and it sounds a little cliche, but for me, like the days that I wake up at like 8:59 for a 9 o'clock workday have been so lazy and so unproductive, and I just don't start off with a good mindset. But the days I wake up a little bit earlier, even like 15 to 30 minutes earlier, I have enough time to prepare myself for the day. I found them to be way more positive, um, way more. I have just had more energy. I haven't been lethargic, and that energy stays with me throughout the entire day. Second tip is making your bed. I know it sounds so cliche and so corny, and you've heard it like a zillion times before, but now I feel like it's more important than ever to make your bed, especially if everything for you is happening all in one room. So if you're working from home, and like from your room, if you're working out in your room, you're sleeping in your room, you're chilling in your room, you're watching Netflix in your room, literally everything happens in your room. So for me, when I wake up and I don't make my bed and I kind of just start like working or getting into other things, I feel like it makes it so easy to just come back and like roll into bed for a quick nap, which usually lasts like 1 hour, and it just kind of messes up my day. So I feel like when I make my bed, everything is super tidy, looks organized. It really helps me to start my day off on a positive note. My third tip is listening to something motivational or positive at some point during the day. For me, I like to listen to something right when I wake up or when I'm getting ready. So I like to listen to something. It doesn't always have to be like a motivational pep talk. Sometimes it's just I listen to interviews for people I admire and look up to, and or podcasts. So I usually do that when I'm getting ready in the morning in the washroom, like after a shower, doing my skincare, brushing my teeth. It's really great to just hear them, listen to what they have to say, and kind of just carry that energy with me throughout the day. My fourth tip is trying to find some fun things to do that don't involve using your phones or your laptops. So for me, I work from home and usually spend the entire day on my laptop. Then I'm on my phone throughout the day, and I generally use my laptop again for editing any videos, watching shows, watching movies, Zoom calling my friends. It's a lot of time on devices, and I find that the days that I'm just on my device the entire day, I feel really fatigued, my eyes get tired, and overall, my whole body just feels a little bit lazier and tired. So I found to help with that, having device breaks throughout the day where I'm doing something completely which doesn't involve any technology. So it would be like reading a book, self-care things. So I've read up a lot of new tips on for my skincare and hair care. So I try to implement that into my new routines. Cooking, trying to find some cool dishes to make, and even just making some like really bougie dishes just for fun has been a great way to break my days apart and have fun throughout the day. My fifth tip is eating healthy snacks. I know how hard it can be to break the habit of eating junk food, especially when you're home all day. You just want to keep eating those cookies and chips. Honestly, I know my mom brought these 2 bite brownies, and they're my absolute favorite. And I ate the entire box in 2 days. I'm not kidding. Like, it was a big box, and I ate it all. And it just makes me feel very lethargic after doing that. And I know that once I get into a habit and I feel like I keep telling myself that we're in quarantine, it's okay, I can eat as many snacks as I want, the more I get into the habit of doing it and the harder it gets to break. So I've been actively trying to have healthier snacks around and just have snacks that are very easy to put together so it doesn't take much effort and it doesn't feel like I'm trying so hard to eat healthy. My sixth tip is staying more active. I know it's easier said than done, but it doesn't have to necessarily be a super sweaty and intense workout every time. You can go for a walk, ride your bike, and just do a fun activity with your family, anything that gets you moving. So for me, I've been using my fitness tracker to track my active minutes, and just a few weeks ago, I only had about 40 minutes of active minutes throughout the entire week, but fast forward to now, last week I had around 7 hours. So I noticed there were a few big changes that I made that really helped me to stay more active. So the first one is just walking around more throughout the day, so my body still feels that it's not being stationary for too long. There's still movement in my day. I'll walk up and down the staircase randomly a few times every hour. And the other thing that I've been doing a lot is scheduling my workouts when I feel like I have the highest energy and when I'm most up to it. So sometimes I have my workouts during the lunchtime time, so it'd be around 12 or 1, and sometimes they're in the evening around 6. But I find that when I'm more flexible about when I schedule my workouts in, I'm more likely to do them and I'm more likely to do them well. So I know everybody has a different schedule, but it's important to be flexible and open to when you work out so you're able to get all your activity in for your day. The seventh tip is to replace your negative thoughts with things that you're grateful for. I know with everything going on in the world right now, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and we might feel like we don't have much control over sometimes even our own lives. And I found that it helps to just take some time with every negative thought that comes into my head. I try to think about at least one or two things that I'm grateful for having, and it just makes me feel more happy with what I have and just more in control of my own life. My eighth tip is on getting better sleep. I know with all the time that we're spending indoors, it's a little bit hard to be tired at the end of the night and naturally fall into a sleep. So some of the things that I found to help me to fall asleep earlier is doing something calming before sleeping. So one thing that I've been doing every single day is there's like this relax function on my Fitbit, and basically it just guides you through breathing. So it tells you when to inhale and exhale, and most times I'm asleep before it even ends, even if I wasn't even tired to begin with. And so there are tons of things like that on Spotify that kind of guide your breathing until you doze into sleep. And but it doesn't have to be that. It could do anything else that calms you, like reading or just spending some time with your family before you try to fall asleep. My last tip is that every day is a new day. Don't be too hard on yourself if you have one bad day or even a few bad days in a row. It takes time to develop new habits, and you gotta be positive and consistent while you're trying to learn them. Ultimately, take each day as it comes. Those are some of the tips that I've found to be helpful while staying indoors. I hope that you also find these tips helpful in staying more positive and more active. Let me know in the comments below what you think and if there are any tips that you'd like to share. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next video.